Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another round of racing in Tier 3. So going into round 8 of the season now, and the championship battle is going to start coming down to a knife's edge for the closing stages. And next of Dub Z, you're going to be hoping to hold on to that lead and see how much points he can pull out of the day. As we just wait for the first car to come out and track today, hopefully not too many safety cars, as we have seen a number of safety cars come out over the past few races this weekend. Since Tier 1 and Tier 2 both having, I believe, multiple safety cars. But it's coming into round 8 now. Dub C still holding that championship lead for AlphaTauri, but the McLaren of Droppo, who I believe is actually serving a race ban, only 33 points behind, is actually tied with the Williams of Calmick, who'd be someone that's quite interesting to keep an eye on today. Always quite a fast driver, he always seems to be in the action, but you have to wonder whether he can start to harness some of his start to use a bit more of his ERS, because that is one thing that I've noticed that he doesn't tend to do when he's racing. As I think the first car around the track's going to be the Mercedes of Daniel the Swan. I believe this is actually the Mercedes TP, so he'll be hoping to get a good result, as he will be the first car around, so we will ride on board his lap, and we'll see what the first time of the day is going to look like, as he's going to come down in the sector 3. Very pushing for it to be an art lap. He is pushing quite hard, and you have to wonder whether he's going to take a bit more out of those tires that he really wants to be taken on an art lap. They come around the penultimate corner. It's not the penultimate corner, but yeah, that's the penultimate corner. Being around the final turn, always crucial, even on the art lap, to make sure you get the most traction out of that turn. It's one of the worst traction zones on the track, but it's a crucial run down in the turn 1. As he has a little bit of a moment, the rear end just getting a little bit out of place as he's come through sector 1 there. Keeping it nice and tight to the curb there. Quite easy to spin out through this twisty section of the track. As now he's going to try and open that turn up as much as possible to try and take it flat out. Takes that very well, using all of that curb on exit. And I did miss his sector 1 time, but we will be able to see it at the end of the lap as he comes down in the first of 3 DRS zones, and that's the second DRS zone. I'm really not my game today, but coming down into the almost flat out left right chicane, using a bit more curb on the inside that he probably wants to be using, but getting that DRS rear wing open again, taking this lot of inside curb, and I'm just going to come down into the very sharp left-hander, down into second gear. It's interesting, some people tend to take that in third or fourth for a bit more traction. Keeps the traction very nicely throughout that last turn, carrying a lot of speed, and it's 20.2. They start us off in this qualifying session. Asterix now coming around the final turn is only starting his lap. I was around board with Bus Super Donut, which, what a name. He's in Ferrari, he's on his lap within the sector 3, and actually just missed Red Bull Bad Tom setting a 118.5, and Surdy on the medium tire setting a 118.7. And will Bus Super Donut have anything to say about those top lap times? Throne Glow going setting an 18.1. Bus Super Donut only managing to get up to P4 it was. It's now P5, as Virgil has gone second with 118.4. Throne Globe though setting a lap time just clear of everyone else at the moment. 3/10 the gap at the front. And we have to right on board with the other cars and hope that they can maybe close that gap down a bit. as if it stays that way, Throne Globe could be in for quite an easy ride through this qualifying session, but do have to take into consideration track evolution as the session progresses, as Combat Flipper getting a little bit out of place there on the exit of turn 4/5, whatever it is. So I come down the flat out section of the track. I was a lot faster than the old layout used to be. So that old layout was probably the most painful thing, especially in the F1 games. But as that opens up, overtaking down into the flat chicane, well, almost flat chicane, the only car that could actually take it flat was, I believe, the W11 or W12, was one or the other. As I think Combat Flipper does actually invalidate in Sector 3, he takes just a bit too much curb, trying to squeeze everything he could out of that lap. And now that means he's going to have to try and go for another run, as the Ferrari looks very close to the Alpine there, as the Ferrari's actually diving into the pit lane. But Zone Vortex now coming down the back straight to set his lap time, and that's going to be a 1:20.4, and that's not a great lap time, that's the slowest we've seen all session. But as we look on board with Asterix F1 coming through the chicane, taking a lot of the outside curves, very, very risky to do, as you can drop the car quite easily, and at those speeds it's highly likely that you find the wall. So like coming round Sector 3, he's taking a lot of curb. He's actually getting really close to the grass there. And he is pushing the Haas to its limits. Getting a nice drive out of the final corner and coming down the final straight. And that's going to be a 1:19.2. Only good enough for P6. But that Sector 3 looked promising. So maybe if Asterix can hook up an entire lap, he might be in contention for pole. But it will have to be a significant improvement, as Surdy is coming out again already, but this time he's going to go for the soft tires after opting for a medium run for his first lap. I believe Combat Flipper is going to go into the pits. Is anyone else on the lap? Big B, actually. I might actually be new to PAR, so I actually didn't know he was here, but Big B, I've had experience watching in KRL. Quite the driver. He's always decently quick, but more specifically, his defending, like, I'm convinced he takes notes off Checo Perez at the weekend. This man's just the minister of defence in that league, and hopefully he can bring those sort of talents over in the PAR, as he does dive into the pits, so we don't get to see a lap from this time round. But we'll ride on board with Asterix, who's setting his second lap of the session, I think. Nope. He's not joining the RS, he's into the pits. Now Squeak has actually spun. He spun out of turn 3. It's quite a tricky traction I have not had my Weetabix today. So I do apologise for whatever you're currently having to listen to, but yeah. Look on board with 30 Colby, purple Sector 1. And is he going to get blocked by the Alfa Romeo? The Alfa Romeo just getting out of the way there. I'd imagine though, 30 would not have been very happy, as Combat Flipper is out. I believe he's done what I've sort of warned of a couple of minutes ago, taking a bit too much of the outside curb and finding that inside barrier. It's very easy to do around Australia. Although it is not as easy as it used to be on the previous F1 games, still quite an easy instant to have. Serdi Colby though pushing that AlphaTauri to the limit. It's been quite an interesting driver to watch the past few weeks, getting some pretty good results. Always been in a battle. He's one of the most entertaining drivers we have on this tier 3 grid at the moment. And what can he produce from this lap, as it looks good. That's an 18.1, that's enough to put him in the P2. And that's just 5 thousandths off of the pole lap of Throne Globe. I didn't know you were alive. So basically, people are going vroom. There's a Mercedes on pole, and Serdi can probably push. He is quite the pissy individual sometimes. Actually, He was racing me in Tier 2 yesterday. So that just sort of speaks to his pace. The Ferrari is just finished. Oh, Sky Inter. He's actually he has been one of the faster drivers. He had quite a memorable performance in Coda. Yeah, he didn't have enough ERS. Even if he pushes, he doesn't have enough ERS to finish that lap. As round up Sky Inter coming down the straight, 18.2, remaining P3. But the gap at the top is closing. But front globe now. Oh, the Mercedes hasn't got a wing. It would appear there was a bit of tomfoolery taking place between Daniel the Swan and that McLaren. But anyways, front globe, watching that gap at the top dwindle, and front globe is now going to start his lap, and we're going to ride on board with him just because he is the current pole holder. Did Cosmic maybe get blocked starting that lap because he went a bit too early? But he is going to have the benefit of that toe down the main straight. As front globe keeps it nice and tidy. He is using a lot of the curb there. You call that slightly wide, I call that using all of the available track. As the Alfa Romeo, that's on the racing line surely. He can't be parking it there. He can't be parking that there. So especially down into that braking zone, you have to go as far left as you can on the track to open up that braking zone. So I'd imagine front globe's not going to be too pleased with that. But coming through the sector 2, he's keep taking the tight line down through this flat out section. It's quite interesting to see the different lines of drivers, because some drivers prefer to hang it wide and cut in, whereas other drivers like front globe, as we've just seen, will keep it nice and tight to that wall. And he's coming down in sector 3. Maybe not taking as much curb as he wanted to there. But he keeps nice tight, gets the throttle down through that final corner, making the most of traction control. And it looks like it's going to be a 17. It was not, sadly. 18.3. And you have to wonder whether maybe being impeded by that Alpha may have cost him something. As we're going to ride on board with Zone Vortex now in the Alpine, he's coming through Sector 3. Didn't set a particularly great first lap. Second lap, a bit better. It's a 19 flat. But he's actually diving into the pits now. I don't know if he invalidated, but... yeah, he has invalidated indeed. As we're going to have to watch someone in an art lap. I think we're just going to go with the Red Bull Bad Tom, who did set provisional pole at one point in this session, before Front Globe had something to say about it. I am streaming. You know what I haven't done though? I have to like go in and enable party audio every time I start a stream. I forgot to do that. So it sounded like I was having a conversation with myself.
Well, I'm here. He's not mad. Me. He might be mad sometimes, but is Front Globe going again? Oh no, Front Globe's just invalidated. Oh wait, no, I think Front Globe. Oh no, he's diving into the pits. Yeah, he's diving into the pits. Right, I'm gonna
go Bad Tom now. He's starting his lap.
Yeah, it's going to Bad Tom. Ooh, takes all of the curb there. Nice corner.
Taking a bit of the inside curve, which does usually induce a bit of oversteer onto the car. And as you see there, as I was referencing last lap, you want to go as far to the left as possible to open up that braking zone.
Yeah.
Just to prioritise the line into the next turn. But he's taking that second flat out. That was on the limit.
He's up on his time though.
But he keeps it calm.
He's half a tenth. He's half a tenth down on his time though. Through that first sector, can he improve in the second sector?
There's 2 whole sectors to go though. So I mean, being down.
Oh, fastest sector.
There doesn't mean
fastest sector 2.
It's purple sector 2.
He's still up on his. He's still down on his time.
Keeps it nice and tight, but he is going to try and open up the entry now in the fender. It looks like he actually goes on the grass a little bit. jumping that Red
might
Bull
have
over
cost
the
him
inside
time.
curb
That might have cost him time.
and keeping it within the yellow lines now. And
Ooh,
that is
that's
a lot of curb, and he gets a little bit of oversteer due to it.
Slides into the corner, yeah.
I'd imagine the Red Bull's floor would not be too happy with those sort of vibrations.
It's a 118.9.
But he does come through to set a 118.9, 4 attempts down in his previous time.
So the Ferrari of Sky entered on his outlap.
And now someone's quite interesting to watch, Cal in the Williams. Currently on the lap. He's in P4.
Oh,
He's actually first, purple sector 2, 10th and a bit up,
yeah,
and
a bit up on his time
he's currently joint P2 in the championship.
This could be exciting.
And speaking of the championship, actually, our championship leader isn't in this race.
Oh, I could shape things
The
up a bit.
Dubs actually missed this race, so it's going to be a huge opportunity for Cal, as both of the top 2 drivers not racing today. He can try and close down.
He
that
keeps it
33
tidy.
gap
I
at
feel
the
like
top.
this looks like a good lap.
To be fair, if it's anything, that's a 118.2. Oh, still staying P4, but it is an improvement.
I mean, I feel like
Frank
Globe
is for another lap now.
Frank Globe is going to be feeling threatened at the top now, though, because people are going out on frames off, and he's still in the pits.
For Cal is quite a good driver in the qualifying trim. He demonstrated that back in Coda. He set a stunning lap in that qualifying.
People are going to be going out on their final laps now.
I believe he was like temps clear, and it was
Frank Globe's gone out.
Find Frank Globe will get round for one more lap.
Yeah.
And that gap, actually, Serdi Colbean is out as well.
Yeah,
so we're gonna have to come on the board with that lap when that starts.
This could be to the line.
Bad Tom's coming round the final turn, finishing his lap, and then we'll ride on board with Serdi, because that's gonna be interesting whether he can improve.
Serdi's going around the final corner now.
Then respond.
He's going around the corner to start that.
Bad Tom is he? I think he might have done a prep lap.
Perhaps,
but now he's going to do his push lap. But I mean, I think we have to go on board with Serdi.
Yeah, that's nice and tidy through
that inside curve.
Yeah, it's nice and tidy.
It's keeping the car nice and straight though, not looking like it's wobbling at all under the traction. It's keeping it nice and tight now for the end of sector 1.
That's a very nice sector 1.
And he's getting the power down throughout.
And he's getting a slight toe from the Aston as well, maybe, if he can catch up in time.
And that could be crucial. He is very, very slightly down in that time. Oh, Sky Enter 118.0.
Nice. Frank Globe's going to be wanting to get that pole back.
He's getting a bit of that toe off the Aston. It's not going to be much. The Aston does think better and backs off.
Globe will want that pole back
coming
there.
Through the flat chicane. He's got a purple sector too.
Oh, that was on the line.
Can he get a purple sector free?
That was on the line coming out of that chicane bit.
He's opening up the entry into this corner. Not just getting as close as he can to the yellow lines without touching the grass.
This is looking like a good lap.
That's now.
He's going to be giving it everything.
Tapping the brakes, taking the exit curb, which is something we don't see a lot of the drivers doing. As keeping the throttle pinned through that last turn and coming down to the line.
What the hell is this Aston doing?
An 18.2.
That Aston just...
He's not on a lap, so I think he's just weaving. But Frank Globe
is going to be...
improved.
Frank Globe is going to be... He's going to be desperate to get... Yeah, he's going to be desperate to get that pole back.
Coming into the final sector.
Yeah,
it's not looking like he's going to be able to do it.
He will be desperate in this final sector now.
He gets right in the yellow lines. He's pushing the limits through this final sector, trying to find any last bit of time remaining.
It's not out of the question that he could snatch it. I mean, if he can pull together a good sector 3.
Keeping the throttle. He's got the throttle pinned down, getting the DRS wide open, and it's going to be...
Oh,
a 118.2.
No improvement. That's a shame. He would have wanted that pole badly.
Final card across line. It's going to be Cosmic. Currently in P12. Can he make up some positions? No, he can't. 122. I think he might have just had a bit of a moment in that lap.
Exciting qualifying session.
But now, as that qualifying session comes in, Sky Enter taking pole quite unexpectedly. Oh, why has it put me in chase cam?
Oh, it's just... Wait, what's chase cam?
Sacrilege.
What's chase cam?
You ever see the camera setting where you have it follows the car from behind?
Oh, right.
It's basically, if you use it, you're sitting spawn. It put it on that for some reason. I don't know why, but it just did. I'm not very...
I mean, This is an
Oh, that scares
exciting
me.
grid.
Anyways,
Ferrari on pole.
Sky probably hoping for some redemption now. Getting his... I think it might actually be his first pole position, but don't quote me on that because I did miss a few rounds to start the season. Followed by Throne Globe, who we know is quite pissy. Serdy Colbein has been quite fast this season. I have to wonder whether he's going to start to come into championship contention.
Who do you...
Coming through into the final stage.
Who do you reckon is going to be leading into turn 1?
Well, I mean, there's no way for us to predict that. We'll just have to wait and find out.
I don't know, I
This
feel
could be
like...
huge for Cal.
I mean,
33
yeah.
points the gap between him and Dubsy at the top, with 5 rounds remaining. Dubsy not racing today. Droppo in P2, who's joint with Cal, also not racing. And another championship contender in P4, in Lil Moles, in that Alpine, he's not racing either.
I feel like whoever's in
A lot of our
P3...
championship contenders aren't currently here.
P3 is probably, I mean, in my opinion, probably the best place to start in Australia. Because you get the slipstream of P1, and then you can go around the outside.
Out of our current top 5 in the championship, we have 1 racing.
Well, maybe this
Granted,
person
one
can
of them
lead.
did leave the league, but you know, it is what it is.
Let's see what tyres people are electing to go on. Some are starting on softs, there's mediums, there's someone on the hards. Big B's on the hards. A lot
Is he gonna
a
just
lot
try
are
and extend,
electing.
or is he gonna hope for his lit safety car?
A lot are electing to
Just
go on
want- actually-
mediums. There's a few on softs as well.
Especially based on yesterday, where we had some quite early
Oh.
safety cars. We come down to the grid now, and it's lights out, and away we go. It looks
It's a
like
good start
Mercedes
from the
get the barrier
Ferrari.
getaway, then the Ferrari.
It's a good start from the Ferrari, but Globe is
And
going
he's
to be coming
gonna
on the
look towards
inside.
The Ferrari is now pulling away.
The Ferrari
Ferrari's
is
currently close to the
comfortable.
my screen. I'm not sure what the deal
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
the
is.
Ferrari's goes to mine as
Ferrari
well.
actually getting a comfortable lead in the turn 1. Serdy Colbein now might look for a move. He's not going to be able to get it this time.
Maybe, oh, and
All
there's a,
cars are
oh,
ghosted.
and there's a,
And
there's somebody spun.
Serdy's gone round.
Yes, but Serdy's
From
spun.
P3 down to P12, and this has not been the ideal race start for him. As what a move from Sky Inter, as the Haas is round! And that's carnage in sector 1.
That is
I
absolute
need to try and
carnage.
set up my HUD.
Yeah, I need to set up my
That
head
is
as
a
well.
huge incident.
That is not
As the
not
Haas has
brilliant
spun around
first
the
lap.
Aston Martin, I have to wonder how many drivers have actually been caught up in that incident.
Oh, the Ferrari's
As we come back
unghosted
into
for me
the
now.
front though, Boss Super Donut getting up into P3. He overtakes Cal. Cal's going to come back at him though on the exit of that chicane.
The top two
Getting
have
the outside
really.
line, which is the racing line.
The top two
Not
have
gonna
pulled
quite Be
away.
able to stick a front wing in.
The top two have pulled away quite nicely from the rest of the grid.
As Cal is going to try hunting for that P3. He's not going to get it back in this corner, but will he maybe get better drive onto the straight? Let's go right on board with this battle. He's using his ERS now, trying to get a run down in turn 1.
The
As we look
Aston of-
behind, Virgil coming
Yeah, the
back
Aston
up
of Virgil just
to
gets
overtake
past.
Bigby after being caught up in that sector 1 incident. Gets the inside line, gets
Clean
the move
move.
done
Clean
in
move.
the braking zone. But whether or not, you have to wonder, is Bigby going to come back into the turn 3 braking zone? He's close behind, he's not going to look for the move this
Throne
time.
Globe
but
is-
someone who is going to look for the move. Combat Flipper going for the move on Squeak in the Alfa Romeo. Doesn't quite make a stick, but Squeak actually goes wide and rejoins. Slight bit of contact with the Red Bull driver there, but the Red Bull makes
I
it
think
through
there's a visual
to avoid an
glitch.
incident.
There's a visual glitch because apparently the rest of the grid are 1 minute behind Throne Globe and
Yeah, it does this.
Sky Inter.
This happened in Coda. As with Virgil now switching lines, he is looking just to try and cut back and get a better entry.
Globe
into the corner, and the
is
car's
Globe
head.
is
Not quite
pushing. He
getting
got
it.
a fastest set to 2.
The
Globe
Daniels
is
one
pushing from
currently
P1.
inside the other Red Bull. As he's going to look up the inside now. I think that Red Bull's an AI car, that's why he was inside him.
Yeah,
That would
it looked
explain it.
ghosted. It looked ghosted when I looked on set to 1.
Bus Super Donuts still not pulling away that much from Cal though. As we have a yellow flag in sector 3, and what driver's gone round? I can't quite see.
So it was the Red Bull, I think, of Combat Flipper. I think he went on the grass. Looks like he's sliding around all over the
And
place.
he's actually going to be under threat now from zone 4 Texan Street, getting the move done before the braking zone. It's not been an ideal race start for a combat Flipper.
No, but Globe
as he actually
is...
has a bit of a moment in turn 1, almost going onto the grass.
If you look back at the
And that
front,
rear
Globe
end
is...
not looking very stable in that Red Bull.
The Ferrari of Sky Inter is going to be under threat from Globe coming into the DRS zone in Sector 2. Because Frank Globe is flying, got fast in Sector 1 just now.
The only thing is though, Frank Globe has used a lot more ERS than Sky has, but he's going to start getting that DRS. Might be close enough to look for a move in the chicane, but most drivers do usually think better of it. He's not close enough this time around, but someone who is close enough to get moved on in that straight, it's Cal and the Williams behind. Back up in the P3, he's going to try
clean move,
chasing down those podium spots, maintaining that podium
Globe
spot, and
is,
just getting as much
Globe
points out of this race as he can.
Globe is closer than he's ever been. Oh, virtual safety car, what's that for? What happened?
I was about to say, he looked a bit slow.
Oh,
I believe I found what
Big B
happened.
has
Big
no
B
front wing.
and Daniel Swan both no front wing.
What happened there? Was it into the chicane?
I'm not quite sure what happened, but both cars sustaining quite severe damage.
This is going to give Globe.
Going to lose out massively.
This is going to give Globe a
especially
chance to
Big B.
recharge. This is going to give Globe a chance to recharge his ERS, mind you, because he was in a bit of a deficit
Big B's
compared to
gonna
Sky
have
Inter.
hits. But Big B has no. He's on hards, as Daniel actually retires from the incident. But Big B not getting to use his hards. His strategy is going to be completely altered now, and he's going to have to hope for maybe a late safety car or something to pull him back into contention. Now, as we ride back on board from Globe, the gap's still 7 tenths. He was 4 tenths. They must have been caught napping a bit on that safety car restart, but both of these drivers 4 seconds behind in the nearest car. They are pulling.
They
both
are,
of these
yeah.
drivers currently in a league of their own.
I mean, Sky
not
Inter.
quite able to make any gains.
Sky
this
Inter
lap.
does
But
appear
Boston
to be.
Perdona behind in the Ferrari. He goes around the outside of Cal. He makes that position up, and it looks like we could see a fierce battle happen for his position. But as Cal goes off, Cal's off. He's drifted across the gravel. He keeps it collected.
That's devastating.
That was quite the save from the Williams, but he is going to be under threat now from the Aston Martin and Virgil. On the soft compounded tyres, he's going to be getting the elbows out.
Yeah, but
trying to get past
Virgil
the
has
Williams.
significantly less ERS compared to the Williams, though, so it might be just a case of draining
he will be
ERS.
aggro. As Virgil now looks like he's going to get a better run. He has the softer compound, the better traction.
Ooh.
Actually, Cal making a really late move there.
Yeah,
I
might
wonder
be.
whether that's really going to be legal. But Virgil getting the move done before the braking zone.
Frank Globe is
He's
back
quite comfortably
right near
through.
Sky Inter.
But Cal's actually going to come back at him. Even though he has DRS, he's looking for that move in the turn 3. Doesn't quite get the look at it this lap round. But if we go back towards the front Globe
is so
he
close. He is so
gained
close.
now.
He is.
3 tenths the gap now.
He's gonna make.
7 tenths. He's gained 3 tenths.
He's gonna make
get
a move here.
loads of-
He is definitely
loads
gonna.
of tow out of the CR.
He's gonna get momentum going into Sector 2. Yeah, definitely.
Getting the rear wing open. He's not using any ERS now. He's saving. He's trying to make up that deficit.
It's probably the
Not quite
exit.
close enough to
He's
get
he's
this
probably going to
round.
make a move into the exit of the chicane. No, he's still.
DRS open again.
He went onto the grass slightly.
Asterix out. The Haas is out on track in Sector 1. That's another VSE. Front Globe does not get the chance to overtake.
But Front Globe, this does give him a chance to recharge his ERS again. I mean, it's just going to be a repeat of the other few laps, to be honest. I mean, 5 seconds between P2 and P3. That is insane.
And Virgil braking a lot there, as Cal actually nearly goes into the back of him. And I think we are speeding up a bit.
Is it resuming? Oh, Cosmic's got a penalty.
That'll answer the question. Cosmic's got a drive-through. Is the only one with the drive-through penalty though?
Oh, I know.
I suppose look, detail penalties.
I
yeah,
know.
he's the only one to get a drive-through.
I know what a drive-through feels like. I can relate. Probably crushing.
Front Globe's actually lost time again under VSC. He's
been caught napping. He's been caught napping by the Ferrari.
It's both VSCs now. He's lost a bit of time on the restart. He's actually down to 9 tenths now, when previously he was at 3 tenths this time last lap. As Cal has actually lost this in the Virgil. He's dropped behind Boston.
Colby is going for a move on the Alpine. Ooh, that was close.
And Surtees going to be on a recovery drive after being caught up in that instant lap.
Are they going to go into the
Well,
chicane
actually,
side by
wasn't, he was having his
side?
own incident.
Oh, that's a dangerous
Surtees goes
move.
round the outside.
That is a
in
dangerous
the
move. Brave
chicane.
man.
He makes it stick though.
That's brave.
That was a pretty solid move there from the AlphaTauri. It's actually on the slower compounded tyres. He's on the mediums. And he's still catching these soft runners.
The Red Bull of combat.
He on the ideal strategy.
The Red Bull of combat flipper.
Actually out of VRS.
The Red Bull of combat flipper is looking for a move on the Alfa Romeo. I think, or is he?
Actually,
He's coming into pit.
the pits.
He's coming into pit.
I think he's going to be the first. I think he's the first driver we're going to have come into the pits without damage.
What compound is he going on? Oh, he's going on to hard.
Oh, actually, he has damage.
Oh, he has damage, alright.
He has to get a front wing change. That would explain it. Actually,
the Williams of Cow.
Cosmic's been lapped.
The Williams of Cow is pushing hard on these tyres to try and retake P4.
Cosmic's been lapped.
Cosmic's been lapped by who? Oh, really? By the front two? Damn.
This early in the race, and Rory looking at the McLaren being lapped, I have to wonder whether he really has anything left to salvage. He's probably just driving for points at this point. So obviously any position's a point scoring position.
The Williams is pushing hard with a snap of understeer going into that corner.
The front globe's trying to get back in the DRS, but he just can't quite manage it.
Cow's 5/10 behind Virgil. Might look into a move on the straight.
These softs are probably going to start dying out very soon, if not already dying out. Virgil looked like he's not really getting the best exit off the corner. As Cal carrying a lot more speed than Virgil there. I think Virgil might have actually had a moment. He gets the DRS open.
He's not going to be able to make a move.
Into turn 1. Will he be close enough into turn 3 though? Again, that second bite of the DRS. And
no, he's too far back.
Not using any DRS to accompany that though.
I feel like the
next 89%.
Next opportunity for a move will be sector 2. If he can stay behind.
He's not using the DRS, still at 95%. This is a problem that's persisted this season, where Cal's maybe just not using as much DRS he maybe should. As Bigby's out, and that is a full course safety car.
Oh, this is going to spice things up. Are people going to pit? Is it too early? Or what do you reckon? Do you reckon people are going to pit?
I think there is going to be some people making the gamble for the hards. So we've seen yesterday, from lap 6 they've set up hards come to the end, and from lap 6 some drivers, if they have some sort of hidden talent, can take a set of mediums this long, which was quite spectacle. Will actually did that yesterday,
they will be
which
dead.
I still don't understand that.
They will be dead though at the end of it. They'll be sliding all over the place.
And then the hards were dead at that point, and the mediums somehow survived.
Well, they must have been on like the 90%.
As Cal actually gets a 3 second under the safety car, and Surtees spun. Surtees spun, and that's a reset.
That's a reset to track. It's going to be.
Has he spun under safety car?
He's going to be getting a penalty for that.
A penalty point.
He's going to be getting a penalty for that. Is anyone going to pit? Oh, so Corbin pits.
Surtees in the pit.
So does
the
Zone.
Alpine following him. There's Cal's in the pits as well.
I think
that's
most people are pitting. I think
a lot of people towards the back who don't have much to lose are getting into the pits. Cosmic though, I don't think he has not been able to unlap himself.
Do you think that it was a smart move for the Ferrari to not pit? Because he's on 8 lap old mediums now. And
well, there's only one way to find out. I don't think that will be the play though.
I don't know, I feel like the leader should have pitted. I mean, I've been in this situation myself, and you're just sleeping.
He's now going to be on the proper front globe. But someone who's probably going to push for a lead now is going to be Bus Super Donut. Taking these soft compound tyres, he's going to be extremely aggressive on the restart.
There is a bit of traffic
between. On the hard compound.
I mean, there is the lapped car of Cosmic between Front Globe and the Ferrari, so that might, create a problem for Front Globe if.
Well, I mean, the lap car goes.
I mean, the lap car would go.
It shouldn't be too much of a problem past the safety car restart. I think we should get
I
back
think that
underway
it
in
should.
a lapse time.
Ooh, Cosmic almost goes into the back of the Ferrari.
Anyways, as we just look at penalties, we're gonna have a quick update.
Oh, and he pits. That's a very odd strap move to pit.
As Sky thinks better, he probably thought better of strategy, realising he maybe should have come into the pits. But now, how much is that going to cost him?
I mean, he's gonna
drop back
be to
severely now.
P9. He's probably gonna be to P9, P10 with that. I mean,
He will have that extra laps advantage, but will that really be worth the amount of traffic he's about to have to fight through? Luckily enough for him, Sturdy Colby's pit again.
I mean, I don't think
I don't think his wing changed the first time around, as he must have got damage from that spin. Cosmic getting a 3-second penalty on the safety car, but
those
so far,
hards are
Chrome
not
Globe
gonna.
is in P1.
Those hards are not gonna like the dirty air that he's gonna have to go through. They'll dig a lot quicker.
Chrome Globe currently P1. No time penalties. All 3 drivers behind him have time penalties. Boss Super Donut currently in 6 seconds.
He's on softs
Virgil's
though.
got 8, and Cal has got 3.
But Super Donut's on
Exactly,
softs
Boss
though, so
Super
he
Donut's gonna
might.
have to pit.
He will have
He's
to
gonna have
pit,
to pit
but he will have to pit again. But he'll be faster on the restart definitely. So, you know, if Frango can get a really good, if Frango can get a really good start, you know, he might be able to keep him behind. But it will be a matter of time before the soft tyres just, you know, come into their own. Is it going to be
something I feel like we should note is that as
oh,
of
safety
right
car
now,
in, safety car in this lap.
the Alfa Romeo's on 17 seconds of penalties.
17, jeez.
Not
Wait, is the
really
safety
having
car-
the best of times with track limits.
Is the safety car in this lap? I mean, everyone just slowed down for some reason.
No, safety car is not in, I don't think. Oh no, it is.
Okay, safety car's in, right.
Is it?
But I don't know, it's just everyone seemed to
No,
bunch up for some reason,
it's
I don't
not.
know.
I thought the safety car was pulling away there, but it's not.
No, I'm getting another
So
lap.
we are going another lap. It's because the Red Bull hasn't caught up yet.
Oh, right.
And yeah, also look at where Cosmic is.
1 minute
He's not quite
behind.
caught up yet. He's not quite caught up.
I'm sure he'll get there eventually. Yeah, but those
That is
hards
probably
are
why
going to
we have
be...
that next lap.
Those hards are going to be getting cold under the safety car, man. Gonna have to weave.
I mean, not if you can keep them warm.
But-
And actually, someone who will be affected by the longer safety cars, Bus Super Donut, because each lap under safety car is a lap out of those softs that he won't be able to get the maximum.
That is true.
And
He'll be-
there's very limited advantage that he's going to have for those softs.
He'll be praying for the safety car to come in this lap then. I mean, he'll let the Red Bulls coming around. Come around the corner.
I
The Red
think
Bulls
it will
caught up
be in
now.
this lap
Yeah,
regardless
I
of
think
the McLaren.
the Red Bulls caught up. Is the McLaren going to catch up? I don't. The McLaren's only just gone
I don't
past the
think he will this
chicane.
lap.
He's only just gone past the chicane.
He won't catch up, but it will still go in this lap.
Yeah.
Actually, so far, Combat Flipper has got 3 pit stops this race. Currently in P10, he's going to hope to recover from the instance he was having.
Yep,
So
safety car in.
car is in this lap now.
Now it's up to Frank Globe to just control the pace. Is he going to go early or late? He's bunching them up.
So let's ride on board with him.
He's really bunching them up. Is he gonna
I
do
have to
a-
wonder whether these drivers are going to start going alongside again like last night. As that's actually, the grid looks very small from that angle.
Oh, the Ferrari almost goes into the back of Frank Globe there while he was weaving. Is Frank Globe gonna go very late, or is he gonna go...
I can imagine he's going to go through the traction zone of this final corner.
Yeah,
As
he
we
will.
round the final turn, and he pins the throttle down. He's
Yeah.
trying to go. He does have a bit of a moment though.
That was
I wonder
not...
whether that's gonna
That
cost
was
him.
not...
He has.
That was not the best restart.
That was not.
That was-
It was
that
not
was
the
not.
cleanest restart, and he's going to be under threat into turn 1 already.
I mean, those
stretch offs
softs
showing the track
will...
advantage, but Bus Super Donut does actually dip a tire in the grass. Ow!
Oh, look, the Ferrari's alongside. The Ferrari's alongside. He's gonna make a move into this
And
corner.
Bus Super Donut's actually through
Oh
already.
yeah, he's through already. But those
Even
soft...
before
Oh, and he comes
braking.
back. He
But
comes
Front
back
Group's
at
going
him.
to come back around the outside.
No, still in front.
Doesn't quite make it stick. just because those soft tires just have so much more grip.
And there's
As
no
the Aston
DRS for
Martin
2 laps as
Virgil
well.
on the hards is going to come challenge for the lead.
There's no DRS for 2
That's
laps as well,
P2.
so it's going to be if Busby Dillon can pull away on this soft.
And Virgil was going to ride on board with the Astons. He attempts. He's
I mean,
dumping all the DRS. He's up the inside of Front Globe, and he's made that move.
I mean,
already.
Front Globe can't really.
Not using any RS.
He can't really afford to battle these people because it's just going to give the advantage away to Busby Dillon because he'll be able to pull away. So he can't really afford to be getting in these battles and just get in front of them.
As we look at Cal now, and there's a yellow flag as that's combat flipper is around again, and this has just not been the greatest race for the Red Bull driver. As we go back towards the front, Virgil still comfortably P2. Not comfortably, but he's still in P2.
Front Globe got a better exit out that
2
corner,
gap
I
on the
think.
straight.
I think Front Globe got a better exit
He
out.
did not. He was quite close. As the Alfa Romeo Squeaknar has lost traction in that second to last turn, and he's gone round. A number of drivers really having days to forget so far.
Front Globe is falling back.
As we look down the field, Zone Vortex is pushing to catch the eye of Bad Tom. He's going to be under threat now for Sky Inter, trying to make up all those positions that he lost under the safety car. He's also now on the hard tyres, 1 lap younger than those of Front Globe and the other hard runners, and he's making that 1 lap count. He goes round the outside of the Alpine driver. He's used half his DRS bar in 1 lap already, but he gets that move done. Actually, he hasn't. He's still alongside, and the Alpines got back through, and he leads into that chicane. So now, if we ride on board Sky Ender, he's going to try and maybe have a look down into this next corner. Looking at the inside, thinks better of it, doesn't go for the move this time. But the Alpine gets him correct, he's going to look up the inside.
Ferrari is
we
coming
often
round.
see moves right here,
The
but
Ferrari,
he keeps it tight to the apex,
the Ferrari
and he
ends up
gets
in
that
front.
move done.
That is a nice move.
And what a move from Sky Inter. Getting it done before the final break.
He's going to be wanting to make these places up there, but he is going to be under threat with the
He's going to
DRS
hope
there.
to try and break that DRS though.
Yeah, I was going to say
as
because
DRS
he
is
doesn't
now
have
enabled again.
he doesn't have the DRS in
And
the car in front.
someone keep an eye on the DRS. It's going to be Front Globe, 9 tenths behind Virgil. He's going to look to try and regain that P2.
He's going to be a
that
sitting
he
duck.
believes rightfully is, but he's briefly dropped out of the DRS there. Still keeping that gap around 9 tenths.
The Ferrari of Sky Inter is going to be like a sitting duck though to the cars behind and coming into this DRS zone unless he can
Actually,
break
Sky
it.
Inter has broken the DRS.
Oh, so he has. Okay, well that's good
Zone
news for him.
Vortex must have had a moment because he is losing a lot of time. He gets 3-second time penalty.
Well, that's good news for
Globe
that's good
gets
news for
the
the Ferrari.
DRS. He's pushing, not using the RS, but he is making gains and taking chunks out of the time advantage that Virgil currently has over him. 6 tenths now the gap, from 9 tenths start this lap, now down to 4 tenths, 4.5. To settle around 4 tenths now. And he's actually gaining rapidly, from showing why he is a front runner of this race and quite possibly one of the faster drivers in the tier. Is he going to be close enough on the straight this time round? Doesn't look like it, as Lucifer
Front Globe
for
is
Virgil
really
Aston
close
Martin.
to Virgil now. Jeez. He is
he has
pushing.
actually fallen back a little bit there.
I think he got a slightly bad exit out of turn
Virgil
1.
seems to have a bit of a straight line rocket ship.
Yeah.
Because even with the DRS, Front Globe really isn't gaining that much.
Wonder what wings he's running.
I mean, the last time I seen an Aston Martin this fast was France in F1 22. Gonna shout out the one Chazza plays, who not many people remember, tier 2 race. That man had a literal rocket.
Front Globe is
back
now
of
a
his
second
car.
back. He's now a
Front
second
Globe
back from Virgil.
fallen out of the DRS range.
Yeah, that's not good news
He
for
gets
the
DRS
Mercedes
this time
driver.
round, but you won't get in the next DRS zone.
No.
Virgil using a bit of DRS.
But the Ferrari of Sky
Really not
Inter,
enough to
the
win
Ferrari of
this.
Sky Inter and
Sky
Cal,
Sky already.
they're
back
going
up
for a
to
move.
P5.
Is he going to go for a move into this corner?
He
Yes,
looks
he
to the
is.
inside to get P4.
He's going to go to the inside,
Oh,
and
and that's very, very close.
no, Cal just
Not
holds
really
on.
nerve.
Cal just holds on there.
And Squeak has gone round in sector 3.
Oh, I feel like
Really not the greatest
Sky
race
Inter is
this week.
really up
I'd
the
imagine
Williams
Sky's
is
gonna
rearing.
get
He's going to
this
make a
move
move.
done now.
He's going to get the move done easy. Breeze
And
past.
before the braking zone, he's going to be fully in front.
Yep.
Cuts back across, opens up turn
And
one,
he's got DRS
and
as
that
well,
is
so he
gonna
can
be
pull away.
slap bang finish for Sky.
Yeah, and he can pull
And
away with the
actually,
DRS as well.
we were focusing on Front Globe's DRS. The real DRS we should have been focusing on at the front. Bus Super Donut. Those hards dying out now.
Those softs
The hards
are not.
gaining that huge advantage they have in their longevity. And now the gap just 1/10 separating them. As Virgil's going to push for that lead. He's deploying his ERS, it's rounding the outside. He's going to have the ERS to aid him in this move. And before the break zone, he's going to be ahead. But how far
Those
ahead can
those softs have got to be
he get?
like struggling now, honestly,
Bus
because
Super Donut will get a bout of DRS, I believe. No, he won't actually. As Virgil keeps the second bout of DRS. But someone who's going to be in DRS now is Cal. He's going to try and come back towards Sky Enter, but Sky Enter's pulling away already.
I think
Sky
Front
is
Globe
absolutely rapid this race.
is going to be a threat to Bus Super Donut soon, I reckon, because he is looking quicker. He's lost a bit of time. 1.3. Oh, and he pits again. Bus Super Donut's pitted. I think he's realised that the softs perhaps aren't the
Them softs were
smartest
dying off.
choice.
He was losing a lot of time.
That promotes Front Globe to
Front Globe
P2
down
and Virgil to
He's down
P1.
2.2 seconds and he's only got half his ERS bar. He's not got a huge ERS advantage.
To be fair, Bus
So
Super
Front
Donut
Globe maybe
going on.
feeling he's maybe not liking these hard tyres.
I mean,
Maybe
Bus Super
instead of
Donut's
getting them warmed
pitted.
up.
Bus Super Donut's pitted to the mediums, which is obviously an interesting choice. I mean, they'll probably last to the end, but he will be quicker than the hard runners. So, see what this does for him.
We have to wonder whether navigating the traffic is going to slow him down.
Yeah, it could be a problem for him. But Serti Colbean is in the DRS of
Yeah, I was
Cal.
about to say, Serdi Colbean on his recovery drive as well, up in the P5, as two drivers go on a massive recovery runs right now in the AlphaTauri and the Ferrari. Both, well actually, the AlphaTauri is not Ferrari powered, but
Oh, is he going to
yeah,
make a move? Is he going to make a move here? Oh, he goes.
he's going to look at the inside,
He breezes past.
and he gets that done before the break.
It looked like the Williams
Cal
kind of.
sit and duck without that
It
DRS.
looked like the Williams just kind of pulled to the side there and let him through and not bring up a fight.
To be fair, he could have DRS trapped them for the main straight. The much longer DRS zone, and it actually gives him a second bite to cherry down into turn 3. As Serdi getting just a little bit wobbly on the exit of the final corner. Cal's going to try and put the pressure on again, using that DRS. It's not going to get close enough though. And Serdi now could try and extend that gap that he has. Even with the DRS, Cal only managed to get back to 6 tenths.
Just looking,
Going to pull away.
just
and
looking
that's
down
him
the
up
rest of the
into
field.
P4.
Cow is still within DRS of Colbean, but I think going to the detection point, yeah, he's a second
Squeak
back, so
has
he's not
got
going to
5
get it.
seconds. Squeak's got 5 seconds now to add to his over 18 seconds. Or 17, I believe.
He's going to be disqualified soon for
We're just
getting
going to
too many
double check the
penalties.
penalties.
He's going to get disqualified
No,
soon.
he's on 17. So I think he has another 5 seconds, but he served the 5 seconds.
Oh, Front Globe's
while
got a
getting
3
5
second.
seconds.
That could be pivotal
And
towards
that
the
is
end.
massive now.
That is massive.
That
yeah.
means that the net P2 now goes to Sky Enter, who's already been rapidly gaining in Front Globe.
Yeah,
And he's now
Front Globe
with the
is.
DRS,
He's
so
with
Front Globe's going to be
DRS.
under massive pressure.
Going into the straight, he's going to be a sitting duck. Because look, his ERS as well, it's drained. It's been at 20%. It's not
Someone else
looking
is
good for him.
in the Sky Enter. 17%.
Sky Enter doesn't
he
have
has
much
been using
either.
that to overtake a lot of cars. And someone who's not using his ERS, Virgil at the front, saving just to try and get that advantage later in the race.
So, oh,
By the
Bus
time we
Super
look on
Donut,
board with Sky Enter,
Bus Super Donut and Combat Flipper makes the move done nice and
we're
easy.
into Sky Enter getting very close from Globe for the podium places. He's going to get
I
to
mean-
P2. I believe if he gets in the P2, he's actually in that P1.
I mean,
He doesn't quite get it on that first 2 DRS things, but now come down these long, flat sections.
do you reckon this is just
He's
pace
gonna have to,
advantage,
he's gonna
or
have
do you reckon
DRS.
it's pace advantage or the one lap advantage with his tyres? Because his tyres are a lap lap maneuver. So.
I think it's a combination of both because he has been rapid since the restart. As he gets that move done into the chicane,
that is a brave
given
move.
enough room. As
Oh, there was a slight tap
Globe
there.
There's a
There's
bit
a slight
of tire
tap
banging
there.
going
That's
on.
not.
As we get a bit of hard racing, Front Globe looks to the inside, doesn't quite go for the move, thinks better of making that dive bomb, and now Sky Inter's gonna have to try and defend Front Globe on the main straight while charging and closing down that.
I mean, you have to keep in mind that
Front
Globe is technically P5 now with his time penalty, so it's a hard race for him. He has to pull away if he wants any chance of winning.
I feel like I should just add the P5 has a time penalty, so does P6 and so does P7.
Okay, right, P4 then. Okay, fine, it's P4.
Anyways, Front Globe I think might have just picked up another warning. It looks like he exceeded the white lines.
I can't see the penalties. Oh, no, there we go. I can see the penalties now. Oh, Superstone has 9 seconds. Oh, Squeak has got 20 seconds of penalties now.
He's got another 3 seconds. You know what's worse? He served a time penalty as well.
30 Colby and Front Globe though.
5 seconds.
Oh, 3 tenths back.
as well.
3 tenths back.
30, I'd imagine, if those mediums don't die off, 30 is going to be trying to push and catch up Sky Enter.
Is he going to make a move going to the chicane?
Oh,
he goes around the outside.
Oh, he goes around the outside with DRS and
makes the move before the chicane.
Gets it done before the braking zone.
Makes it done before the chicane. Nice move. And he gets DRS on the exit.
Looks like he keeps it a lot tidier through the chicane. He's going to look to the outside, actually switches to the inside, but he's not going to be able to get a nose up the inside for the braking zone. And Front Globe's race seemingly fading away from him now.
This looks like a good battle for P3, but if Colby can stay with him, then obviously that penalty is going to put him down to P4 anyway.
Front is not getting as good traction as Sergey Colbein is, mainly due to the softer compounded tyres. But he is going to try to come back to him through these next few DRS zones. Doesn't get the first bite of the cherry.
I think I should point out that Sky Inter at the front is really shortened the gap to him and Virgil.
He is pulling. Not only that, Virgil has that time penalty. I believe actually he has 8 seconds.
Well, yeah, Virgil has 8 seconds.
He's net P1.
He is
but this he looks like he's going to take it on track just to make a statement.
Yeah. I mean, 11 seconds. That's
like
that
Ferrari absolutely rapid around the street circuit.
About 11 seconds of Virgil's probably.
From Globe, from the 3 tenths back, he's going to look to regain that position in 30 through this DRS zone. Gets that rear wing open.
Front Globe's coming back at 30.
Enough,
he's coming back at 30, but no, he's not got enough momentum.
But it's not going to be enough to make that move.
He's got not enough, hasn't got enough momentum going into the corner, unfortunately.
And he loses the rear end a little bit on the exit of the chicane. He's not going to be close enough as Cal picks up another 3-second time penalty in P5. Front Globe's gaining again. He's just not getting close enough to make that move. Sky Enter not having enough DRS though.
I mean, the grid on track is going to look...
59%.
The grid on track is going to look so different to the one when it crossed the line, so these penalties are going to be come into play, which is obviously not one Front Globe wants.
As Combat Flipper picks up another 3 seconds. 30 Colby's now in Sky's DRS.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And that's going to help him in his battle against Front Globe.
But I feel like Sky
does still
Inter...
gain a little bit, but...
Sky Inter's going to capitalise on these two guys battling there and maybe pull away.
Virgil's got another 3-second time penalty, but Sky Inter has fallen off a little bit from Virgil. He's making time up again, but he has fallen back from where he was. Cosmic in P11 recently hit, he's got another 3-second time penalty. As we ride on board, Surtees going to get that rear wing open.
I mean, the rest of the race is somewhat died down. The rest of the race from the front is kind of died down, to be honest. I mean, I feel like we
are seeing a lot more spread across the track.
Unless there's a late safety car, then that might, benefit some people more than others. Never say never.
It would certainly benefit our entertainment to spice things up, especially with penalties.
Yeah, exactly.
But as we look on board again, we'll start Colby. Sky is Virgil's in the pits.
Virgil pits. That's a very interesting
Virgil pits from P1.
To be honest, you wouldn't have kept the P1 anyway.
He goes to the softs, but he only gets 7 laps to make up the 20-25 second deficit he's going to lose now. And he's going to have traffic to navigate through that.
He could be going for
I
fastest
think
lap or
Virgil's
something.
made the wrong slap.
Oh
I
wait,
think
he's
made the
serving a
wrong
pen.
decision.
I think he's serving a pen. Yeah, I think he
And
served
that's
5
adds to the
seconds.
torment now.
He didn't lose
Going for
too
them
much
soft
from that though.
tires.
He didn't lose too much from that though, because he would have ended up in the same position anyway. So I don't think he lost too much from it.
He's in P7, lad.
Yeah, but
And
his
now
14
he has to try and navigate
before.
back to where he was with time penalty.
Yeah, I mean,
And lots of traffic. Anyways, as Sky Inter now getting the lead, looked like he was going to get that lead anyway, but he now secures it.
Frank Globe
And
is
he's
still
looking
within.
comfortable, but Serdy Colbean,
Yeah, Frank Globe's still within
he's going
DRS
to be
of
looking to take.
30
He's going to
Colbean.
look to take that lead for Sky.
Yeah, I mean, Frank
As he
Globe's
is
staying
in
with
the
them.
DRS range.
Frank Globe is staying with them.
Interesting enough,
So.
though, Serdy didn't get DRS that lap, although he was in the 5/10 gap.
I think there's going to be a freeway battle for P1. This is looking spicy at the front. I mean, I don't know if those mediums are starting to fall off, but it looked like
Front Globe gets a
yeah, he gets a very
mega
good,
exit.
gets very good exit from there. He's got so much more momentum going
He's
down.
not able to capitalise on it though, due to the fact that Serdy's getting DRS. And Sky now looking to break that DRS, but his DRS is actually aiding Serdy.
Maybe
in,
those mediums are
keeping
starting
that
to.
move.
Maybe those mediums are starting to fall off. How old are they?
Sky now
tired
the
are
gap
they? I mean,
9/10.
he's on 14 lap old mediums. I mean, they're going to be quite worn at this point. So Seth Colby might be under threat from obviously the hard tyres of Franklin. Seth Colby kind of a bad exit, and Frank Globe kind of cuts the corner there, probably just within track limits, but still pushing to try and get
Serdy is getting
get to
closer and
P2.
closer to front. The gap's 4 tenths now. Serdy could take the lead in this lap, and with 5 laps to go and an ERS advantage, that could be massive in this race.
I don't think Frank Globe's going to get DRS this lap, because I feel like he was a second back at the detection point. Yeah, look, Frank Globe doesn't get DRS, so
He's still actually gaining though. So
Yeah,
he
he's-
must be using the ERS.
he's burning his ERS.
But
Yeah.
Serdy actually dropped back in the DRS zone.
I mean,
So he's
Sky
really not liking
Inter.
that final turn.
Sky Inter has got no ERS though, and he's on 15 lap old hards. I mean, I feel like kind of the hards at this point and
Yeah,
the
but
mediums.
the top four all on similar tyre wear.
Yes,
Virgil gets that fastest lap, but will it be worth the result that he's quite possibly thrown away?
he wouldn't have kept P1 anyway, so I don't feel like
He
he's
wouldn't
that
have kept
bothered.
P1, but he would have been higher than he was. And on top of that, I mean, he.
Oh, sorry, Seth
relied on
Colby.
those
Seth
race
Colby going around
penalties.
the outside.
Serdy takes the race lead.
He takes
in
the race
shit
lead.
around the outside, and he's going to have that second bite of DRS to pull away. As Sky doesn't get DRS this time around,
I
but
don't-
he will get in the main straight to come back at Serdy Colbean, and this could be a massive result for AlphaTauri, who I believe are currently in a constructors battle. If I just go and double check that information as we come round the second to last turn, Sky getting very close to the rear end.
I mean, I don't. Oh, Frank
And while we're
Globe.
on top of
Frank
those
Globe
Sky,
gets a good.
actually,
Frank Globe gets a very good exit. He's
It's not going to be quite
It's
close.
not
to
close
Sky
enough.
with DRS, but on top, Sky Enter actually won this week's Hot Lap Challenge for the tier around Brazil, setting quite a decent lap. But now he's going to have to try and set some pretty decent laps to finish out this race.
the front three have
3
really
temps now,
bunched up.
3.5 temps
The front
gap.
three have seriously bunched up. I mean, this is getting spicy.
It's looking like we could see a really, really feisty battle for these
Final three laps.
positions now.
Final 3 laps. Fine, yeah, battle. Because.
All 3 cars within a second.
Oh,
of
sorry,
each other.
Combat Flipper and Virgil. I mean, 7/10ths back. Is he coming back at him? I mean, 17 lap old hards against 3 lap old softs. It's not really going to be much of a battle.
Actually, coming into this race,
Right, why is 5 wide
AlphaTauri
here?
need points. What?
Why is 5 wide here? It just said he joined the lobby, so you know, don't know why he's.
I don't know. Anyways, back to the actual.
Oh,
action we're
30
interested in.
Colbean is.
Sky Enter nearly loses the lead again.
Oh no, but Throne Globe going to come back at 30 Colbean. He's capitalising on that.
So will he be able to keep that momentum through the final turn?
Yes, he will.
It looks like Sturdy does
He
get
will.
a little bit of oversteer.
Throne Globe is
going
gonna.
to be alongside. Will Sturdy be able to come back at him into the turn 1 breakthrough? He keeps him on the outside. He's going to try and go around the outside. Doesn't get the space. I wonder if Sturdy's going to have some words from Globe afterwards, but it looked legal.
They
As
can
Sturdy
get.
was on the outside and was only at the rear tire's length.
I mean,
I think that was
he did
hard
get.
racing, but
Yeah,
legal
but he
racing
did
for
get.
Globe.
He did get a
And
3
Sturdy
second.
has got
though.
3 seconds.
Yeah, he got a 3 second for being pushed off by Throne Globe though, so it might.
But you could argue Sturdy might have had to back out that move, or maybe that's a lack of judgment from him. But he will come back and try and take P2 back to Throne Globe now. Going to up onto the inside, taking that inside line for the flat out chicane. Throne Globe has dropped back though. He's running out of DRS and rapidly. But that could change everything.
He
now.
got a
Sky
snap
Ender,
coming
the
out of that
only
corner.
remaining car.
Throne Globe got a snap coming out of that corner. That's not what he needed.
And I think he also may have actually got a time penalty, and he does.
Yeah, he got a 6 second.
And time penalty really changing up the dynamic in front of the field now.
I mean, as it stands,
Well,
Throne
it's
Globe will
looking
still
like
keep
a freeway
P3.
battle.
I mean, as it
Throne
stands,
Globe.
Throne Globe will still keep P3, but I mean, P2 is kind of
This
slipping
guy
away
looks
from him
like
now.
it could be a solid win for Sky. It was looking
P2
like
is-
30 was in for a shout. But now it doesn't look like he's going to have as much chance. Sky's sweeping just to break that toe. Pulls back to this thing. He loses a lot on the exit. I think Sky Inter now really feeling the effects of that firework. Pulling the inside, taking a defensive line, coming back over the wrist line just to slow Sturdy down. The gap coming down to 2 tenths there. And Sturdy, 29% DRS, got 20% advantage over Sky Inter in that Ferrari. On the penultimate lap, will he be able to retake the lead or will he choose to sit behind?
Oh, it's like
That's
slide
fine,
from
he's going
him.
to want to sit behind. He does actually get a bit out of shape on the
Yeah, I
exit
was
of
going to
that
say,
corner.
he
but
slipped on the corner. It's not going to be
that
good for
could
him.
work to his favour. If he keeps the position for Throne Globe, that could work out to his favour if he keeps DRS for the final lap. And maybe make a late move where Sky
Throne Globe
won't
gets
be
a
able to come back
much
at him.
better exit out of that corner now, I think. Is he going to look for a move?
As Throne Globe's not going to be able to get a move.
No,
from.
he's not gonna
It's
look for a
close
move.
enough to- Oh, Sturdy's had a huge moment. I think it might have actually been some rear lock-in.
Yeah, I mean,
But he
it
gets
looked
all out
like
of
Throne
shape, and he's
Globe.
out of the DRS. He's out of the DRS.
Yeah, it looked like Throne Globe
And
went into the
Sky
back of
Inter-
him as well.
Sky Inter might actually have this in the bag now.
Well,
If
we're
he
going
just
on.
keeps that gap.
It's just one more
Sturdy's
lap to
rear
go.
end Really just, it's really just unpredictable for the AlphaTauri drivers. Throne Globe's now going to come back at him in turn 1.
I mean, final lap. I mean, I think Sky Inter's got this in the bag. To be
As
honest.
Sturdy learns from his mistake the first time, does stick around the outside against Throne Globe.
No time penalties
But
for
will
Sky
he
Inter,
come
so
back in?
he definitely has this in the bag, I reckon. Unless he spins, which I hope doesn't happen, obviously.
Been someone who actually might spin Sturdy. It's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
like he's really struggling with those rear tires.
Yeah, I was gonna say it
It's
doesn't.
like every turn.
Oh, there's a yellow
he
flag.
slides.
What's the yellow flag for?
And that's not great. That's Combat Flipper has gone around and lost his wing in the final corner.
Ah,
And
so
Squeak
annoying.
actually has 23 seconds of penalties.
Jeez.
I think that
I
has to
mean,
be a record.
I mean, they're
That
very
has
close
to
to
be some sort of
getting.
PAR record.
Oh, and 30
Sturdy
Colbean comes
has
back.
overtaken Throne Globe again. On
I
track.
mean, it wouldn't make
Wonder
much.
whether Sturdy's really doing himself a favour pushing.
It wouldn't make much
I'd imagine
difference.
struggling with that rear end, pushing maybe not the best idea for him. It won't change anything in the final standings, but maybe just for pride, as he comes now into the penultimate corner, and Sky Inter in the Ferrari rounds the final turn after the dominant driver starts to finish. He
Wins.
always looks rapid, always looks like he's in contention, and Sky Inter wins the Australian Grand
Followed
Prix
closely
in
by
Tier
30
3.
Colbean and Throne Globe. It was a tight battle,
Sturdy,
but
Colbean and Fronan, apparently their AIs are still continuing that battle they were having on the track. Now as we look back, Buster Perdone across the line,
Buster
P5,
did
15
P5,
second penalties.
Virgil.
He's going to lose that position to Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil P5.
Virgil maybe you could argue botched the strategy.
I think pitting when
I think
under safety car
pitting
when
was
all
not
of
his
those,
best
yeah,
decision.
that was not a smart move.
But someone who you could argue botched strategy, Sky Inter, but not really botched, went for a really bold decision. Maybe not the best he could have made, but he made it work, and he just controlled that race from start to finish. I'd have to say, if there was anyone to pick for driver of the day, it would have to be Sky Inter.
Sky Inter, definitely.
What a drive from the Ferrari driver.
Yeah, that was a very good drive. I feel like Sergio Colbin could also be up there as well, putting up a pretty good battle in those final few laps as well, putting him really under pressure. But as we wait for Squeak to cross the line, and Combat Flipper actually DNFs.
Who?
Combat Flipper. Oh, and Squeak has got another time penalty.
That's surely a PAR record, it must be.
Eventually. I mean, it has to either go to, in my opinion anyway, to Sky Inter or Sergio Colbin.
Sky Inter.
Yeah.
It was just dominant the whole way through. And
It was a good race.
Showing how fast he really is. We've seen flashes of it in Coda.
Don't forget to
They could call it
capture.
an incident.
Don't
but
forget to
now-
capture race director. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally claims that race win, and I believe that's actually his first of the season. Is it his first season? I'm just gonna fact check that information because I don't want to look stupid. But as we go back, actually he won Brazil. I did not actually get to commentate Brazil, so I did miss out on that. But that's a second win on the trot now for Sky Inter and that Ferrari, and you have to wonder whether he's going to try and catapult himself up the championship order in this final part of the season.
How many points down is
Four rounds
he?
of racing to go, and someone who's going to be thinking about their championship hopes is Cal,
How
making
many-
up some huge
How many
today.
points back is Sky Inter from the top in the championship?
In the championship, I think he is not actually very high up at the moment. He was P14 on 33 points. Gets that 25 points today. Propels him up a bit, but it's not going to be too much.
He's going to
If I just
be.
double check.
He's going to have to put in some
I'm going to
dominant
have to
drives
remind
on.
myself of the point system here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to put a pretty dominant
Yeah.
drive on in the other four races
He
remaining.
will. But Sky's gonna have that pull point to go for him as well. Actually, as you said, I do need to capture the race director. But Cal actually getting 17 points out of that 33 point deficit. It's gonna be huge for him. And race director's actually bugged, so I wasn't able to capture it. But anyways, that is another round of racing been and gone in the Tier 3 Championship. I'll be curious to see what will happen next week when we come back. But until next time, we shall meet again.